Hello and welcome to Palindrome ASMR. Today I was reading a zombie manga. It was very interesting. It was a manga that for the first 10 chapters had nothing to do with zombies. The author spent 10 chapters setting up the story. Okay, so a chapter in a manga is usually around 25 to 30 pages long. And, the first chapter is usually around 45 to 50 pages long because those are the debut chapters of a manga. But, I was reading it and I got really into it. So I'm actually recording a little later than usual. Slightly later than usual. But, zombies have always scared and fascinated me. I've always been morbidly fascinated with zombies. I've been afraid of them. The first time I learned about zombies was from the Zombie Survival Guide by Max Brooks. And that is an excellent piece of literature, nowhere near as excellent as World War Z, the book, not the movie. The movie is merely a pandering piece of Hollywood big-budget trash that totally strayed from what made the book good. But that's a conversation for another time. Maybe I'll have that conversation after I'm done with this one. But I read the Zombie Survival Guide, and it scared me so much I couldn't sleep for a week. Because zombies scare me. They are apocalyptic in their mythos. Their mythological impact is probably, nuclear war isn't scary to me because I grew up in a generation that wasn't scared of that. Nuclear war was probably scary to someone born in the 1960s or the 1950s, but to me, it's not much of a credible threat, and so I don't take it seriously. It doesn't scare me. Zombies are what scare me because they are a credible threat, in the sense that it takes a very small leap of logic for the zombie apocalypse to occur. It fuses the best of slasher horror and pandemic hoopla. I do like zombies, though. They scare me in a way that, the reason why you watch scary movies is because they scare you in a way that is enjoyable. They scare you in a way that is enjoyable. That is the prime impetus behind watching scary movies, and though I can't stomach ghost movies or movies like Paranormal Activity, no, I can't stomach those. Oh, okay. Fun fact, my uncle, John Rutland, was head cameraman for Paranormal Activity 6. So, he worked on Paranormal Activity 6. He was the director of photography. I think he was the director of photography. He could have just been a grunt. Could have just been a cog in the machine, but I'm pretty sure he was the director of photography for Paranormal Activity 6. Yeah, my I got some pretty successful relatives. I have another uncle who is a urologist. He's a surgeon. He does surgery on the groin area. So he does like penis surgery and vaginal surgery, and I mean, this is medical. It's okay to mention this kind of stuff in a medical context. I'm getting graphic about it because he's a pretty graphic guy. Okay, my parents have a rule. Never open any email from my uncle, the urologist uncle. Never open any email from him because it's possible that it could be a picture of him holding a cancerous kidney like this. And it's all red and ugh. Wow. He does robotic surgery, actually. That's his shindig. His shindig is robotic surgery. So, robotic surgery allows for smaller penetration area, a smaller cut, and a faster heal time. And he's always making penis jokes. Like, constantly making penis jokes. I think it's a way for him to relieve the tension he feels about having to operate on that area of the body constantly. I mean, he sees naked old men and naked old women every day. But he gets paid the big bucks. He gets paid the big bucks. And his wife is a pharmacist, so they both get paid the big bucks. And my mom is a lawyer. She was actually once the head of the Orange County Bar Association. And Orange County is a pretty populous place. There are a lot of lawyers in Orange County. She was the head of the Orange County Bar Association. And my father is a doctor. They both went to Harvard, actually. My mother and my father met at Harvard, which is something that very few people in this world can say. That their parents both went to Harvard because they met at Harvard, which is... The older I grow, the more I realize how incredibly unique that kind of a backstory is. I bet you could count the kids from Harvard relationships on your... Yeah, I don't know. Although it's probably not that bad. I bet you there are probably thousands of kids who both their parents went to an Ivy League school. But I'm not... the reason why I bring this up is because there are incredibly high standards for achievement in my family. But we don't hold ourselves to those standards. We achieve those standards. And my parents didn't really push me to achieve to high standards. I was never pushed to achieve because usually when kids are pushed to achieve high standards, it's because the parents didn't accomplish what they wanted to accomplish. And my parents have accomplished what they wanted to accomplish. That is to say, there is very little moving up in life for them, and so they do not feel the need to live vicariously through the achievements of their children. An accurate assessment, I think. So the push for achievement is merely circumstantial. Looking at my successful relatives, I think to myself, I gotta achieve like them. And so far I have. I've written 7 books somehow. So even though none of them have been published, it's it's like I did something with my life. I did something with my life. I am planning on being an elementary school teacher, which is kind of a backwater job for someone of such high pedigree, but, whatever. I like teaching kids. Teaching kids is fun. I always like get along well with kids. They always, I don't know. See, when you're talking to a kid, how you get along well with them is you lower your level. Instead of acting like an adult around them, you act like a kid, but in a controlled manner. So when a kid does something funny, you do that funny thing too. So when a kid makes a face, you make a face. You never initiate anything with a kid. Never start anything with a kid. Wait until they start it themselves and then sort of amplify that. You gotta go off of what they are doing. You can't. What people try to do is they try to corral a kid's actions. They say, all right, we're doing this, and so we're doing this. Like when I say, all right, I'm in the mood to play with Legos with my kid. But no, you gotta offer it to them. You never force anything onto a kid. You offer them things, and you take things and go with them. Because kids won't hesitate to complain. Well, no, they never. They probably won't say it out loud. But if you force something on a kid, he's not going to like it, or she's not going to like it. They're not going to like it. Kids are very free-bodied individuals. They're free-spirited. And I'm not saying that superficially. I don't mean to say kids are free-spirited in the sense that most people say. Kids are very free-spirited, as if writing them off or something like that. But no. Kids are very free-spirited in the sense that their spirits are free. Not in the metaphorical sense, not in the figure of speech sense when you say someone is free-spirited. No. Kids have free spirits. They haven't yet been weighed down with the entrapments of adulthood. They can be fascinated, especially young kids. They can be fascinated by things that would bore an older person, and that is what I mean by free. They aren't chained, not by responsibilities. Responsibilities don't chain someone. Well, no, they don't mentally chain you. What mentally chains you is your own pleasure. Because the things that make you happy are the things that you will strive for. And the things that make kids happy are very different from the things that make adults happy. And adults are chained because very few things make them happy, whereas children are free because very many things make them happy. They can be entertained by pretty much anything. And that is what I mean when I say free-spirited. Especially young children. Young children can be entertained by pretty much anything. But then again, there are a lot of things that bore young children, and they don't deal very well with things that bore them. I don't know, that's just my assessment of children in general. This series that I'm doing is more like a vlog than ASMR. It's kind of ASMR vlogging, really. ASMR vlogging, that's what this really is. You know, I should label them like that instead of just labeling them normal ASMR videos. I should label them as ASMR vlogs, but I don't know. Because there's just so much ASMR content out there already that the only thing I can do to differentiate myself from them is to tap into the thing that makes everyone unique, which is their experiences. And my experiences and my opinions make me different from everyone else, even others with experiences and opinions. And that is the same for everyone. I'm not singling myself out as being special because my opinions and experiences are not special. Well, okay. No, there's something more than measurable traits that make you different from others. Smells like apple. Really smells like apple. This is Crown Royal apple whiskey. I did not drink it. My stepfather drank it. He doesn't drink very much, actually. This took him like months to finish. He drank maybe like a glass once a week. He drinks very moderately, actually. For someone like him, he drinks very moderately, my stepfather. He drinks, but he'll have maybe one beer with dinner, and then that's it. Very, very rarely does he drink more than one beer. And it's kind of interesting, because, I know I would not be so judicious with my use of alcohol because I am a very addictive person. The current things I'm addicted to are soda and candy, and I drink and eat like, I've probably eaten more candy, as of this moment, I've probably eaten more candy in my life than most of you will eat in your entire lifetimes. And that is not an exaggeration. I am not exaggerating when I say I have eaten more candy in my 19 years of life than most of you will eat in your entire lifetimes. I've probably consumed more sugar, period. And I'm going to get diabetes by the time I'm 30. When I'm 30, I'm going to have diabetes. At the rate I consume candy. Oh my god, I eat candy like a maniac. I eat candy like a maniac. I think that's it. If you like this video, which you probably, I don't know, if you watched this much, you probably liked this video somehow. I really don't get the appeal of anything regarding me. I don't get it. But if you like this video, drop a like, comment, subscribe, whatever. I'll catch you on the other side. Thanks for watching. Oh, and if you want to support me, buy my books on Amazon. I'll put the links in the description. If you want to support me, buy my books on Amazon. No one's bought any books yet, but I'll keep saying that because eventually someone's gonna take a look and someone's gonna like and they're gonna buy. Yay! Anyways, that is all I have to say. Goodbye.